Good morning, my sisters, or good afternoon, depending on where in the world you are. It's me, Coach Carmen. Welcome to Wellness Kitchen Wednesday. We're in the kitchen today because we are going to be making some bliss balls. That's right, bliss balls. They are my awesome recipe that I started to put together many years ago, added this, added that, and they have become a staple with our teas, when we have our tea parties, and just any type of social event I have, people are looking for those bliss balls. They are yummy, they are sweet, they are low glycemic, really, really low glycemic, but they will satisfy a sweet tooth like nothing else. They really will. So, anyway, I created this little mini guide to my bliss balls. Yes. And this guide has several recipes in it because you can make them so many different ways, so many different flavors, so many different taste sensations. Oh my goodness. So I'll read some of the ones that I have in this book. I have chocolate cherry bliss balls. Yes, chocolate cherry. Mm-hmm. Yes. This recipe is great if you like that little tartness of the cherry, but you want something that's chocolatey. This is perfect for that. I have apple pie bliss balls. That's right, apple pie bliss balls. And I also have lemon coconut bliss balls. If you like the tartness of lemons and you want something that's kind of coconutty, this is perfect. And I love the combination of lemons and coconut. Yes. I even have carrot cake bliss balls. Yes. Carrot cake bliss balls. Definitely something that you would want to try with a cup of tea because it is so yummy. We're excited here. Yes. Whenever we're able to prepare a dessert that's healthy for you, hello. How could you say no? I mean, what a blessing, my sisters. We need to have these options. We really, really do. Let me set this up so I can see any comments that may come in. And let me just also let you know that we have a tea coming up. It's an intensive that includes, if you come live, you can come to my afternoon tea. So I have intensives quarterly, sometimes, yeah, pretty much quarterly, and they are workshops or intensives depending on the topic. This topic is all about divine design, creating the life you really, really want. So it's more of a workshop, but it's also an intensive because it's going to be like 4 weeks, 3 weeks. Yes. So you'll be getting support from me for 3 weeks. You get my guidebook and all the tools you need. I'm telling you, all the tools you need to get it done. So I'll talk to you more about that. I don't want to spend the time here telling you about it, except for you to go on and get the guidebook, get the guide for the bliss balls. And when you do that, I'll send you information about the intensive and afternoon tea. So this is one of my tea trays that I use, and I have several tea trays, and I have them in pairs. All of my tea trays I keep in pairs because I have my dining room table, and I like to have a tea tray on one side, and then a three-tier tea tray on the other side, so that my guests on either side of the table can get their goodies. They can get their desserts over here. They can get their scones down here, and they can get their sandwiches and other savory little treats down here. Isn't that awesome? I just love tea trays. I do. So I purchased these little cups. You see them? Because my tea for this event is called Pretty and Pink. So everything is pink with the Tiffany blue. And so I wanted to have these little dessert cups to match. Isn't that cute? I love it. So what we're going to do today is we're going to take Our Bliss balls, I'm going to make them small enough to go inside of those little cups. But you can make the Bliss balls any size you want. They're very versatile, just like everything else that I like to share with you, because versatility is key. You want to be able to be free to be you, right? You don't want to be stuck trying to do something absolutely perfect. So we're going to put on our gloves. We're going to get this party started by showing you all of the different options you have. Now, today we're doing the chocolate, right? So, of course, we're going to need our chocolate cacao, or our cacao powder, or you can use carob powder if you prefer, or you can just use a good chocolate powder. So, I'm using the 365 Fair Trade cacao powder, so it really doesn't matter. And I'm definitely going to be using some chocolate sweet drops because this is what's going to amp up the sweetness without giving you any sugar spikes, which is so important. So you're going to get an extra burst of chocolate, and you're also going to be getting the sweetness. So those two things are must-haves for this recipe. So now here's the thing. I always like to tell you the basics so that you can just run free and do whatever you want to do. But the basics, really, they can be tweaked here and there, but you want to have some nice dates, right? These are medjool dates, and these are unpitted, so I have to pit them. So I'm going to go on and pit these dates. I don't have them pitted. We're going to pit like 6 dates, 6 nice juicy medjool dates. Now, many times when I'm making recipes with dates, I actually have to soak the dates and make them soft so that they can turn into some type of syrup or some type of thick consistency that you can use. Like when I make my cereal with the buckwheat groats, I need a nice thick syrup to hold everything together in the dehydrator once they're starting to dehydrate. This is why you want to make sure you don't have any pits in this. Can you see what's happening? It's turning into a ball. Look at that. Just a big ball of sweetness. Okay. So I'm going to go into my recipe book here to make sure, because you make recipes and lots of times you know everything in your head, but sometimes you miss out on something. So let's see. I said to start by processing the raisins in the food processor. Once they break down, add dates, nuts, or seed butter. We have the sea salt and all the other ingredients and mix them together. Okay, see, that's simple. I mean, I was like, okay, wait, what do I have to do? What else do I have to do? I forgot that the simplicity of this. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to turn this dessert into a superfood dessert, like a really healthy treat. So it can be a healthy snack. I'm going to add some chia seeds in here. So I'm going to add some chia seeds. And I would say about 2 tablespoons of chia. And what I love to add to this, if it's in the recipe sheets, I like to add a protein powder because the protein powder actually slows down the absorption of sugar. And of course, you're getting a burst of protein. So go on and add 2 tablespoons or 1 of your protein powder because that is going to just give you a protein boost. You're going to turn these into protein balls. How awesome is that? I think it is amazing. Absolutely. On here, The other thing you can add to give it some more oomph and more healthiness is different seeds like hemp. It still smells fresh. Hemp seeds. So you can go on and give yourself 2 tablespoons or maybe just one of hemp seeds. Hemp seeds, so good for you. Why not add some hemp seeds? You can even add flax seeds if you want. I have some flax seeds, but I'm not going to add them to this recipe. But what I want to do something different. I have my coconut, but I'm going to save the coconut for later. You'll see. And I have some coconut sugar. I'm going to save that for later. And I have some pecans. And save that for later as well. But you can add the pecans. Like if you want the crunch on the inside, you can totally add the pecans now. Now, I also have some sprouted seeds. I sprouted these sunflower seeds myself. I also purchased sunflower seeds that are sprouted many times because it's just quick and easy. But, it's going to cost more when you buy them pre-sprouted. And there's a company on Amazon that sells the pumpkin with the sunflower seeds combined. So, like I said, you can definitely add this inside if you want that extra texture, but I'm going to make this a more traditional chocolate kind of thing, but I want it to be crunchy inside without having the nuts or the seeds inside. So what I'm going to do is add mulberries. These are white dried mulberries. This is going to give it more sweetness, but it's also going to give it a crunch, sort of like I used to love the chocolate bars. They had the crunch inside, chocolate with the crunch. It was a Hershey's, but it had the crunch. Yeah, so that's going to give me that feeling of having something like that. Now, the other thing that's missing from this is the butter. So we're going to do some nut butter. I'm using tahini, which is a seed butter actually, but you can use peanut butter as long as it's organic. And if it's raw, it's even better. So I'm just going to add a little bit of tahini. So I would say a tablespoon of tahini. Or any other nut butter that you have, or seed butter. I really love sunflower seed butter. Oh, it has such a beautiful taste. I love it when I can find it. And we can't forget the main event is the chocolate. So we're going to add a tablespoon, maybe 2, of the chocolate. Or cacao. Now this is so sweet, but I am going to add a little bit of sweet drops anyway because I want that extra burst of chocolate. Let me give my machine a little help here. I'm trying to mix some of this together with my spatula because this is kind of tough on the machine. It really is. You can see how stiff it is, right? I mean, this is a Cuisinart, but it can still use a little love, right? It can still use a little help. I work this thing so hard, so I am going to pulse it. Maybe not pulse it. I'm going to show you what this looks like. Oh, I forgot the sea salt. When you're making chocolate or any kind of sweet, you definitely want to make sure you have your sea salt in there. Actually, this is pink Himalayan. Yes, my sisters, I'm making sure you get your sweet tooth satisfied because you deserve it. Without hurting your microbiome. See that? Oh, you can see. Yeah, it looks like it almost looks like chocolate Oreos. We gotta taste this. Let's blend it up a little bit because I put the salt in. Spin it around. Let's see what we got here. Mm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. Get your chocolate on. Mm. Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. Woo! Yes, sir. Okay, so now I'm going to just add some mulberries. Not a lot, just a little bit of crunch. Yeah. Hmm. I think I'm going to add a little more of the sweet drops. I feel like I could use a little more sweet drops. That's the next level. Looks so pretty. What we're going to do here is we're going to test to make sure that it's bindable. Oh yeah, it's bindable. It's bindable. Yes. Then we're going to press it together, squeeze it together in your hands. And then I'm going to roll it up. Roll it up. This is the way we roll, baby. This is the way we roll. Look how pretty. Look how beautiful. Isn't that pretty? Isn't that pretty? Wow. That is beautiful. Just like this. Oh my goodness. This deserves a pretty, pretty cup. Just like that. Don't you love it? Now, I didn't taste it. It looks so pretty. I just know it has to taste good. So let's taste it. Whew, this is so exciting. You kind of want to make them all the same size if you can. Aesthetics, of course. Yeah. So what you can do is you can scoop it. You can use a little scooper or something, or even a spoon. So each chunk has the same amount. You know, like you could do something like that, and then just squeeze it. So you want to squeeze it, and then you want to take your hands and roll it, and roll it, roll, and roll it, and roll it. And this is where all of these flavors come into play. All of these different yummy additions. So you can break up the seeds a little bit. I probably would. So what you would do is just break these up a little bit. Break up your nuts. And then you're going to take your balls and you're just going to let them just receive a little extra goodness. Now, sometimes, like if they're really dry, you can take your hand and hold all of the goodies together. And if that doesn't work, you could just moisten the balls a little bit. Okay? So there you go. So that one goes in the cup. You said, Coach Carmen, you didn't taste one yet. I know. Okay, so let me just taste it just like this. I won't be fancy. I'm just going to taste it just like this. Yeah, here we go. Mm. The flavor is so intense. It really is. I love the mulberry in here. The mulberries, they give it like that extra texture. Like the Hershey's chocolate. I forgot what it's called. Chocolate Crunch. Hershey's Chocolate Crunch. I think it was. The Chocolate Crunch. Yeah. So it definitely gives you that crunch, which is very, very nice. So then you can add the nuts. Okay, like this. Squeeze it, squeeze it. Nice squeeze. And roll it. Roll, roll. This is the way we roll. This is the way we roll. This is the way we roll. Yes, yes, yes. Nice, nice. So excited about that. All right. So you can just squeeze the nuts like right in there. Big chunky pieces if you want. Squeeze it. Squeeze it. I can open up well, I would be a chocolatier, but I would open up, if I had the time, I would open up a chocolate, well, no, just a sweet shop. Well, I guess I would open up my tea shop again and just sell these little sweet treats, put them in pretty boxes and tie pretty ribbons around them. Yes, look at that. Look at that. Looks like the earth. You can't make them ugly. You just can't. Each one is just so pretty. Okay, so I need one more in order to make my tray complete. Okay. So let's do some of the options. And again, options. Like I said, I mentioned those recipes they have in the guide. I mean, can you imagine cherries that you can buy, the dried cherries? Chocolate cherry, hello. Oh my goodness. Coach Denise and I did a talk last weekend for an organization called Circle of Love. Circle of Love Sisters. Circle of Love. It's mostly women. Beautiful organization. And they asked us to speak on menopause. And we were talking about, the different way food and working out plays in menopause symptoms and reducing them. Coach Denise was talking about Pilates because, she's a master Pilates instructor. And I spoke mostly on food, but she piggybacked on everything I said. And I did the same with her because we both know the food and the fitness go hand in hand. As she says, you got to have the physical with the nutritional. Tell me that doesn't look like something you want to just snatch from me right now and eat, right? Just like snatch it and eat it. Oh my goodness. All right. So I'm going to clean up this mess and show you. Yeah, so that talk, it was awesome. It really was. And it just reminded me of the fact that, we don't have to suffer. When I, like that, I had the worst menstrual stuff going on every month. And, thank God I didn't have endometriosis or anything, but I had the worst cramps. I had the worst menstrual pain. I mean, it would take me out. I was every month calling in for work when I was working. That was a long time ago. Mm-hmm. I was born to be free, to work for me, to be who God created me to be. And you can do that working for someone else too, don't get me wrong. I didn't have to suffer. I mean, and then I would get those crazy cravings for sweets. And of course, the sweets I was eating was not what I should have been eating. But when you know better, you should do better, right? We know better. So anyway, we have our beautiful nuts. We have our coconut sugar. Isn't that cool? We have our coconut. And then we have our plain Jane. And you know what's nice? Let me do something. I can leave it plain Jane, but what I wanted to do, and I forgot to do, was actually put some of the chocolate on the plain Jane. Because it's that extra chocolate on the top. So you can do like this. You can just roll it in something. Roll it. And this is nice. You don't have to get your hands dirty or messy. Look at that. Look at that. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Can you see what's going on here? See it? Isn't that like, and I could have definitely made a few more to go on here. So there you have it. My Bliss balls in chocolate. That's right. But they come in so many different flavor options. Yes, you can make them any way you want. So grab your free guide because I love you, my sisters. Yes. Get the guide and I'll let you know about the intensive and afternoon tea that I'm going to be having in my home the 3rd week in May. Okay? And don't forget, the detox is closing really soon. The registration, that is. So make sure you register. Join us. 4 weeks, really 5. And we go from the soul detox to cooked vegan, to raw vegan, to juicing and liquid nutrition, and everything in between, my sisters. All the sacred self-care that your heart desires. That's right. Absolutely fantastic. There you have it for Wellness Kitchen Wednesday. Hope you loved it. Talk to you soon. Love you.